Marketing and advertising can be complicated. What's most important?
What should I focus on?
Direct marketing?
Email campaigns?
Social media?
Cold calling?
With Marketing Atlas, you'll have a clear guide to get more leads, close more sales, and take your business to the next level. Welcome to Marketing Atlas.
Marketing Atlas.
Marketing Atlas.
With your host, Hernan Vasquez.
There's a couple things when it comes to sharing stuff on Facebook groups. When you're putting your product out there, when you're putting your face out there, specifically when it comes to a personal brand like mine or whoever it is out there growing a personal brand, one of the things that creates a lot of traction and creates a lot of buzz around your name is controversy. Like controversy really sells. And for instance, on Facebook, just from the mechanics, how Facebook works, I posted today a post on a group, an awesome group of SaaS founders, and I posted there and I started my post by saying, why are all of SaaS founders scared of advertising? That was my post, right? And of course, it rattled the cage because a lot of people were out, calling me out, saying that I was trying to sell them something, which I wasn't, and I'm not. I'm blessed enough to be in a position right now that I can really afford to help people just for the sake of afford to help them. And not needing to get clients and all of that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be doing some other stuff. Just from the mechanics of how Facebook works, Facebook kind of rewards the fact that you're being controversial. Because Facebook, if you want to start getting some clout or some traction in a niche or in a group or whatever, you need to start getting shares, likes, comments, you need to start getting clicks. And the same happens with Instagram. And the same happens with pretty much every social network at this point. The more comments, the more shares, the more likes you get, basically the more people see your stuff. And that's exactly why I did what I did. But I was really asking them about why are you guys afraid of advertising? And of course I get it. Some of those people in that group started saying, listen, there are basically 2 or maybe 3 things that are making these founders really edgy about advertising. The first one is that they think that advertising or marketing is a magic bullet, right? They think it's just like putting their product out there in marketing in Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, whatever type of advertising, or even Google or YouTube, they're going to fix all of their advertising, all of their SaaS problems. And that's hardly the case. In fact, I think that if you launch a campaign, it starts working right off the bat, it's usually called a miracle. It stops being a campaign. Campaigns, I would say 98% of campaigns, they do not work right off the bat, and that's cool, that happens. But what happened is that, when you're trying to do it yourself, you launch a Facebook campaign, you launch an Instagram, a Google, a YouTube campaign, and it doesn't work. And then you're saying, well, advertising doesn't work. Let's do something else. Let's wait 6 months for our articles to rank on Google, a couple months for our traction to be gained some other places. So that's number one. Number two is that unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that are preaching that they can run ads, or they're preaching that they can grow your business, that they are not capable of doing it. They don't have the track record, and you ask them 2 or 3 questions, and unfortunately they don't know how to do it. They just took a course, and now they're preaching their services, which, it's whatever, but unfortunately there's a lot of founders that come through these advertisers and they hire them sometimes for thousands of dollars a month, and they get nothing in return. So that's something to be aware of. Hey, this is Hernan Vasquez, and I know that if you're running Facebook ads, it can get complicated. Facebook changes stuff every week. Techniques are being updated, strategies are being updated, and some people are just not getting the results that they want. So what I wanted to do is to condense several years of experience and millions of dollars in advertising in one simple guidebook that you can pull out whenever you're running your Facebook ads, so that you can have a template that you can use. So if you're interested in getting a copy, go to adsguide2020.com. That is adsguide2020.com. Download your copy. Hope you enjoy it. Number 3 is one of the biggest problems, is that a lot of entrepreneurs, they just know or think or believe they have a great idea, and advertising doesn't lie. If your offer is really bad, if your product is really bad, if your idea is not good, nobody will buy it. So the market doesn't lie. That's a hard pill to swallow. The reason why is because some people would rather keep the idea to themselves and think in their minds, oh, well, if I don't advertise, I don't have to prove anyone wrong, right? And they will never advertise because of that, and they will never put their idea or their product out there. And this doesn't necessarily goes or appeals only to SaaS founders, but to pretty much any entrepreneur out there. And if you advertise and you don't get any sales, then who it is to blame? Like most people will say, well, it was the advertising, or it was my targeting on Facebook, or it was my ads on YouTube, or it was the people that I've hired. And, you know, sometimes, like I would say, you can get away with a great product that sells itself, right? You can get away with a great product, a great offer, with crappy advertising and mediocre marketing, but not even the best marketing in the world will sell a crappy product or will push a crappy offer. So that is something to consider. Those three things basically opened my mind and said, okay, well, now I have a case. And now I can go about talking to these guys and telling them, hey, listen, this is what you need to do when your ads do not work. This is what you need to ask before, hiring an agency. And this is what you need to do if your offer sucks. What do? You pivot. You launch something else. And if that doesn't work, then you launch something else. And if that doesn't work, then you launch something else. That's why, I talked a lot of times about the potential of testing and selling before you build. That's the whole idea of marketing validation phase. Because you might wake up tomorrow with a great idea for a new product, a service, or a software, and you spend thousands of hours, and in some cases thousands, in some cases tens of thousands of dollars developing, and you turn around and nobody wants it. And the reason why that happens is because how do you know if the market really wants it? Well, you sell it first, you build it later. Which is completely fine as long as you're open with your public and saying, hey guys, I'm building this waiting list. This is an idea. This isn't even a thing yet. Would you pay for an idea? And guess what? A lot of people will be. That's why Kickstarter works. That's why, those type of companies that you're basically paying for an idea. It's something that is not there yet. They're pretty designs and a really nice video and a really nice idea. And that's how you validate it. That's why it's called Kickstarters, because you kickstart it. You don't have to spend thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising. Like there's a lot of power in small $5 a day campaigns. A lot of power. Okay, and there's some options on the Facebook advertising platform specifically that allow you to get a lot of data in a small period of time, and you don't have to spend $1 a click or $2 a click. You can get a lot of traction with a lot less. If you have any questions throughout the next couple of days, feel free to post them in marketingatlasshow.com. I will be more than happy to help you guys out with your questions. And I'll see you guys really, really soon. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. Bye-bye.